Alright, welcome back to part 15 of this challenge stream. Last time I got up to the start of Bikanel Island. Had Oren shooting star the first zoo encounter, and just on my way to pick up Waka and yep, get the band back together pretty much. So we have Kimari and Stonebreath, which can deal with all of the smaller fiends that come like 3 at a time. You know, the wolf, the dragon, the little bird. We also have Shooting Star, which can deal with the zoo, sandworm, and cactus. Cactus. What I don't have, and I don't think I can set this up in a foolproof way, unfortunately. I don't have a way to recharge Oren's overdrive between, like, you know, having just fought the zoo. If we encounter another zoo right now, we're in a lot of trouble. So I thought a little about this before going live, and yeah, I just don't have a great strategy here. It doesn't help that Oren has initiative, and so I want him in the front line, but that means that against Zoo, for example, the Zoo is going to have a turn before Oren, and will actually one-shot Oren, since he's not defending. You know, Zoo wouldn't have power break. So yeah, I think this could be a little rough. I do have SOS regen, which is actually going to be pretty good for sustaining and recharging overdrives against the little enemies. Yeah, what do I want here? I think I either go for Stoic and try to set up against a little bird, for example, with SOS regen, or I go for Loner. Is it? Yeah, but is there ever a situation where Loner would work but Stoic wouldn't? Let's try Stoic. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with Waka and switch Waka and Oren to regen armor, since I don't need like element protection here at all. Also switch back to TKO. I probably should have just made a save before doing this. I guess I can go back to the save sphere. Okay, so once I've got Kimari set up with Kane's Lance for the small fiends, I don't need the Fatal Kate Sith, but until then I probably do. Maybe do care slightly about recharging Lulu's overdrive. I think Stoic will recharge pretty fast here. I mean, that'll, you know, if she gets hit by a zoo, that's like full overdrive right away. One Sonic Steel, HP plus. Yeah, I think this is about all we can do. And yeah, I will backtrack to just make a save here, I think. We've got the autosave, that's good enough. Didn't get an encounter before Kimari, that's good. I think I should have had Kamari recharge his overdrive during the Wendigo fight. So I started off the Wendigo fight with Stone Breath, but I could have used,
It's not your fault,
I guess Ally would have been fine to recharge Kamari's overdrive, just didn't think about that. Okay, so let's go Regen Armlet and Kane's Lance. Slayer's not going to work though. Let's try Stoic and Kamari as well. Gone to the bar of learning all these overdrive modes and my whole party is set back to Stoic. It's pretty funny. Alright, this is about as... Honestly, this is as good as I could realistically hope for. Preemptive Strike plus pretty easy encounter. So I've got 3 guys with SOS regen. I can be a little patient and charge overdrives here, hopefully. Get Kamari into SOS HP. So... I think I want to start with Dark Attack on the Wolf. I'm not too concerned about using up Dark Attacks here. Yeah, I mean it's wasted in the end, but that doesn't matter. So what am I going to try with Oren? Don't really need to defend, the bird's not going to do more than a few hundred damage. I guess we just take a swing at one of them. I think they have 400 HP. Test that. Very nice. So now just kind of tedious process of charging overdrives. Clearly I've got a bit of a nombo going with Kamari with SOS overdrive and SOS regen. But I could just switch off the regen for now. Alright, this is going to take a little while. Switch to double speed. And yeah, I'll keep on the regen until I've got Stoic charged up. Wow, this bird does even less damage than I remembered. Does less damage by like a factor of 2. That's pretty funny. So I think there's a few encounters where I could have ended up in this situation with just the bird left. I mean, at that point I could have used any of a number of overdrive modes to recharge, and all of them are quite tedious. This is particularly bad though, I think. Oh, it's all good. I guess I can... I'm not going to quite be able to recharge Titus's overdrive with Stoic before he gets KO'd, but I'll still work on that, I guess. I suppose I don't really need to defend here. I mean, it just charges the overdrive more slowly. Although it takes more input time to actually do change equipment, so yeah, I don't know. I guess I could use Titus to inflict slow on my own party, have the other bird more turns. Oh, you know what? That's not a... Yeah, that's not a horrible idea. Huh. Yeah, that'll also let me land Sufferer. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. So, slow touch. Because, yeah, the bird just cannot kill us through SOS regen, so we don't really need to be too careful here. I think I want Sufferer on... I guess I actually kind of want it on Riku rather than these characters. I guess it's pretty free to learn here, and I think I shouldn't get a game over getting up to Riku after this, once I've got the setup, so I will just learn it for Kimari, I guess. Yep, managed to land slow, nice. Do the same for Oren. And it did not land. Oh, Titus into darkness. That's inconvenient. Alright. I might have to abandon the Sufferer plan. Yeah, I'll just get it on Kimari, I think that's fine. Setting up Sufferer in battle is actually not the easiest, so I'm probably not going to use it for random encounters, really. Okay, I do want Titus to get KO'd here. I think that'll bring his overdrive almost up to full. I actually think Titus's overdrive is slightly useful in this area because I believe if you blitz ace a Cactuar, it forces it to flee. Like it'll flee 100% of the time, which is pretty nice if I don't have Shooting Star up, because otherwise that enemy can be a pain for sure. It has a chance to flee even at full health. I think it's a third of the time it flees maybe, but it's guaranteed if it's below half health. And Blitz Ace, assuming you get the final hit, is going to do over 400 damage, so works. I think this is definitely the challenge where I'll make most use of SOS regen. I've had a couple in the past, like I did an Own Sphere Grid weaker only challenge with no items, overdrive, or customization, or spare change, and SOS regen came up big for like the middle half of the game, the middle chunk of the game in that one, but I think even that is going to be eclipsed by this. Alright, there's Titus KO'd, no problem. Don't need Wacker's overdrive charge, no. I guess I could charge Lulu's a bit, but I don't think Lulu's overdrive is actually useful. Alright, I think I'm going to switch Kimari out of SOS regen, just onto... I don't think it's going to matter at all which armor I use. I guess I'll go for HP plus 10%. Don't need the status protection. Kamari. I'm not going to let Kamari take an attack from a wolf or something, so I don't need Sleep Ward. Yeah, just go HP. And yeah, it doesn't matter if Kamari gets KO'd at this point. Maybe I'll just intentionally KO Kamari here. Speed this up. Yeah. Lulu's going to be able to use double fire to actually finish off the silly bird. So I think doing this is totally fine. Sorry, Kamari. There we go. Alright. Kind of surprised that I saw a regen tick for 200 on Oren then. I guess the point is that... I mean, I think of it, because he's, you know, obviously my character's at base stats, I think of it as being like 100 plus a tiny bit on the regen counter, but I suppose how many ticks are there between the little bird turns? It's like 27, I think, maybe 30. And that must be enough to get another 100 healing. Okay, but I'm good here. I guess I don't need... Yeah, I'll just bring in Lulu to do fire. So if she gets hit twice here, it's fine still. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like I said, that was the perfect setup fight. Now have Kamari with Kane's Lance and Slayer ready to take on all the little guys, little fiends. So because Oren has a full overdrive, I actually want... I don't want initiative here, or I don't need initiative. So I can just put Lulu in the front line and whack her. Because for the next fight, I'm gonna just switch Tidus for either Oren or Kamari, and the fight's instantly gonna end. So yeah, I think this is good. What mode do I want for Oren? It's not really gonna matter. I don't know if you actually get... Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if you actually charge Slayer by ejecting someone. I guess I'll find out. Tidus, I think I'll... I'll get a tiny bit of charge from Ally, I guess, in the next fight, and then see what I want to do after that. Keep regen bracer on. Keep second wind on. Yeah, this looks okay. Yeah, like I say, the next battle... The next battle I fight is going to be a free win, so I don't need to worry about what Lulu has equipped. The issue, yeah, it gets more complicated if I fight something like a zoo now. Yep, nice ambush. Got some bad news. This is a very angry Ronso. Love to see it. So I don't need to make any changes since Kamari got his overdrive right back. But yeah, like I was saying, if I encounter a zero sandworm, the issue is what to do about recharging Oren's overdrive afterwards. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oh, hey guys, where's Uni?
Okay, so there's a safe sphere here, but we're going to get the forced like tutorial against the mechs where Riku tells you that she can just one-shot them with steel, and that's a really great fight to set up SOS HP on Kimari again.
No glaring either.
So that's all good.
I know where we are. We're on Bikanel Island. There's a place us Albed call home near here. Uni's there, I'm sure of it.
Not sure if you can hear the background noise, but someone's revving their motorbike outside my window.
What does it matter?
That's anyway.
Hopefully
That you won't tell anyone about.
goes away pretty soon.
Especially, you know they don't like. Who knows what the.
Give me a break.
There's one guy, well, I assume it was a guy.
Kevin did something.
I think it probably was a guy, honestly. There's one person who would start their motorbike and drive out of the parking garage just under my apartment window between 2 and 3 a.m. and he'd open the door of the garage. It's like an automatic door. Then he'd drive his motorbike out, so it was literally just underneath my window, or the windows on this side of the apartment building.
You got it.
And he'd fire up his radio, he'd rev his motorbike, and again, this was like 2 or 3 a.m. He'd do this like several times a week. Man, that was annoying. I never knew who it was, but yeah. Anyway, got distracted there. So we've gained a Riku, which actually doesn't help us much. Yeah, Riku on Stoic's fine. She takes a hit from the big things, still she'll get most of an overdrive. And Strat from before is also fine. So that, yeah, like I said, there's the forced, or the tutorial mech encounter here. I think the game will just set the front line for me, so I don't need to do anything about it. Yep.
Let me handle the Machina. I can take them apart piece by piece.
I think all we actually need to do here is get Kimari to SOS HP. That wasn't very nice. I guess it's better on Lulu than
Miss me?
Riku. Try and sneak in charge of Titus's overdrive since he's still an ally. There we go. Okay, nice. And yeah, I'm fine with Titus being KO'd. Okay. There's SOS HP on Kimari, and just finish it with Riku. Good. Who do I want in the front line here? Maybe Riku's fine to have. Riku's going to go before. Oh, right. There is, yeah. So this encounter I just had actually. This encounter I just had is only 2 enemies, so I don't get to recharge Kimari's overdrive. So what do I want to do against that? I guess I want to first strike in Riku and take out one of them. So if we get ambushed, the other one will get a turn. They're really not that strong. I'm sure we can cobble together a win against that, just like without overdrives. So I'll just take Riku out of the front line. Feels funny having Waka in the front line here, but I think it's fine. So this is only going to need recharging if we encounter a Cactor. So let's do Victor. That's fine on Stoic, I think. Slayer. Alright, excellent. First strike, yeah. Looks like a stone breath to me. Could steal something, but I really don't need to. In terms of stuff to actually pick up in the desert area as we get towards home, yes, this is the encounter and the situation I was talking about. We should be fine here though. Obviously, only one of them's going to be alive. We can power break it. Pretty sure that it's vulnerable to almost anything.
I foresee no difficulty.
Hey, you, Machina!
Yeah, he's going to regen out of attack range. That works. Alright, lost my... lost what I was saying just for a minute there. I think I was just talking about items to pick up in Bikanel. So I do want a Mega Elixir for a mix. I don't think I need it anytime soon, but it's on my list. So that's in one of the... I believe that's in one of the Sandragora pits in basically the last area before home. Other than that, I just want to grab the Albed primers, I think. And there's two of them in the central region. Okay. Switch Orin out. Yeah, I don't think I need to make any changes based on that encounter. I guess I should have Orin with either Poison Touch or probably just Dark Touch. Yeah, I'm one shot. Yeah, I'm just going to Shooting Star the big stuff. So let's have Dark Touch to deal with that double mech encounter. Alright. Yeah, so there's the Mega Elixir, there's the Albed primers, and then there's some other loot that I think I don't need at all. So then the only other question is equipment farming. So do I want to get SOS Reflect? Alright, so I can steal for free here. Do I want to do that? I don't think I need any other status items, but it really is free, so whatever. Actually, I think what I'll do... Yeah, I'm not going to end up keeping that item. I think I'm going to make a save here, then reload the autosave.
Should have stayed home.
Yeah, I'll do that. These counters aren't a problem. I just realised. I was trying to think about a little too much in that very first encounter. I put Kimari under slow, then didn't actually give him long enough to learn Sufferer. It's whatever, doesn't matter. You can probably get a similar setup against a Sandworm if it ends up swallowing someone. I don't think Sufferer on Kimari is useful anyway, so... Okay. don't think I need this, but I'll pick it up anyway. Yeah, so I know this wastes a little time, but I think actually, depending on the encounters I get, setting up SOS status on Kamari takes longer. So I think the Albed primers are just basically up at the top of this area. Alright, I think I see one of them. Okay. And then the other one is in the... It's kind of in the area of some ruins. Off to the left, I think. I think I'll just go this way. I think I can get over to that area from here. Alright, here's this encounter, but it's not an ambush, so Riku just steals them both.
If you say so.
I don't think, yeah, the little mechs don't drop SOS Reflect, they just drop the null elements. Although getting another null element might not be too bad. I definitely want to try Natus without Reflect, but having it and avoiding having to fight Evrae and Altana again, it's probably a good idea. So, Riku Overdrive. She doesn't have Slayer, that's interesting. Okay, well... Oh, she has Hero but not Slayer. Right, right. Sure. Blue I can put on Victor. Yeah, so I think you can get through to the other area of the desert going the way I'm going. Light armlet, huh? That's just gonna be slow wood. Okay, I think the other primer is just over this way. Yeah. Any good treasure chests in this area? Let's just look at the map for a sec. Mega Potion, level 2 Key Sphere, 10,000 gil. I don't need any of that stuff. Nah. Okay, interesting. So here's a zoo, but it's a preemptive strike. Okay, the fact it's a preemptive strike, I think means we can at least attempt to take it out without using Shooting Star. So what's that going to look like? I think it looks like Power Break and then Poison Touch attempts. Just have to make sure Oren is not in a position to be KO'd. So this doesn't resist Power Break, I'm pretty sure. No, it doesn't. It has 25% poison resist. It doesn't resist slow either. I think Power Break's still a priority. Yep. And I think I want Lulu and Waka to go for Poison Touch here. Yep. I should have actually switched Lulu to Noxious Kate Sith. But that's fine. Oh no, this is not good. Oren, the zoo gets 2 turns before Oren because he did Power Break. Well, that was careless. He might be okay. Well, or not sure if SOS Regen could possibly keep him alive. I think I have to just hope he doesn't get targeted twice. I mean, I've got an autosave not very long ago, so it's not such a big deal, I guess, but yeah, I should have planned this a little more carefully. Okay, that's poison though, that's good. Can anyone actually survive a hit from the zoo? No. So I think that means Lulu just stays in here, given her better evasion. Alright, that was perfect. Yeah, I got lucky here. I don't need to steal from the treasure chest. I know it's just tempting, but yeah, so Oren gets hit for what, 700, right. So he can defend and survive. More hits, no problem. And the zoo's gonna get KO'd in its next turn. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. Got away without having to use Shooting Star, so that's still available.
Acceptable.
Yeah, I'll keep Poison Touch on Lulu and Waka. I think the zoo is the most dangerous enemy overall. There's a Sandworm too, but it's slow. It's slower and weaker. Okay. So I think the best place to try and farm some of the Machino is actually down at the south end of this area.
We must get through this.
With the the encounter with the big Machina, you always get,
Finally.
I think you always get 3 Machina in total. Even if I'm wrong about that, then it's not going to be a difficult encounter at all. Is that full overdrive for Riku? Yeah. Nice. Probably won't need, well, yeah, I won't be using that before Evrae, but good to just get it done. So just get the autosave here and then run around the start of this area. Well, yeah, may have forgotten something important there, but had the autosave and didn't get punished for it. Obviously should have had First Strike Tidus back in the party. Whoops. I think right about here is a good place for the Big Macs. Yeah, that's what we want. Now I have the choice of who to go for here. Actually, yeah, I don't really want SOS Reflect on Kimari. I think I'd much rather have it on Riku. Although doing that means I don't get to use... Maybe I should have thought about that. Now I don't get to use, what's it called? Stone Breath? Huh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take out one of these with steel. The other one's not going to be able to hit, well, the other one's under darkness now. So it should be fine. Waka can defend, and he won't die. Yeah, I think SOS Reflect on Kimari is actually quite awkward, just because you don't get to change his equipment or set up his HP before the Natus fight, because he's, you know, holding off Seymour while the rest of the party runs away. Alright, but that is the encounter I want, I think. Got it again, great. So this isn't a preemptive strike, but I still get 2 turns with Riku, so I think... Yeah, I think this is still pretty much fine. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. I was so fixated on like, okay, I'll go for Dark Attack and then I'll switch to Stone Touch. I forgot Riku is still alive. Null Blaze Bangle, alright. I have a feeling I already had that, but maybe not. Yeah, I did. In terms of SOS Null, I think an extra Null Tide or Null Frost would be pretty good if I'm going to do, or try and do Natus without Reflect, because I don't have enough, like I don't have 3+ characters with those elements. That's a Sandworm, alright. How are we fighting the Sandworm? think we're going for poison. Yeah, I think we're going to use Shooting Star only as a last resort again. Go for poison. I can bring in Kamari and have 3 poison touch characters going for it. Just have to remember to switch back to Kane's Lance afterwards. But I think this is fine. If I power break the... Yeah, so if I power break the Sandworm, I don't believe it can... I don't think it's going to be able to kill Whacker or Oren with SOS regen up. But let's try and get the poison first. Or at least have a swing with the poison. No, maybe I do want to go for power break at the beginning. Nah. Power break uses MP. I think it's very possible I do still have to end up taking this guy out with Shooting Star, but see if I can avoid it. Okay, so I can make this attack fine. That's good. I can make both attacks here. Oh, it's already poisoned. Okay, that's silly of me not to notice. So now I think I just need to hit it as many times as possible and hope it swallows someone before using Earthquake. So I think it's got 3 more attacks before it readies Earthquake. Yeah, I think I should be able to do this. It doesn't help that someone's KO'd, but that's fine. So if Whacker defends here, he won't get KO'd. It missed anyway. Lucky. Now I think I just want to make an attack with Riku, because I just need to get in a total of 10 attacks to make it swallow someone. But I can't... Okay, hold on. This isn't gonna... Yeah, this is still probably not gonna work, because obviously if I lose a character to the physical attack, then I can't have a swallow without a game over. But that's fine though. If someone does get hit here, if someone gets KO'd here, I just do Shooting Star, so... Yeah, I guess the only question is whether I defend with Whacker so he'd survive the physical attack. I think I'll just do that. Okay, now Riku's KO'd, so unfortunately I do have to go for Shooting Star, I believe. Yeah, there's no way that the poison kills it before it uses Earthquake now. And getting someone swallowed doesn't do anything. Okay, well... Goodbye. Yeah, so now I think there's a bit of a change of plan, because I think I want to go back to initiative on Whacker, keep him in the front line, set him to Victor, hope we get a bunch of the encounters that Kamari just one-shots. Who do I want in the front line, Whacker or Lulu? I think Whacker's fine. Okay, so now we won't get ambushed at least. But we do have this problem of not having Shooting Star ready. Okay. Should actually steal from these things first, yeah. It's kind of awkward to not have Stone Touch ready. So this is only bad if it hits Riku. In which case I probably have to use something like a Dark Attack. did hit Riku. Guess I'll switch weapon and see if Lulu petrifies it. She didn't. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I might just start stone breathing that encounter, honestly. Getting SOS Reflect on Kamari, I can probably still figure out a way around. Oh wow, I forgot to switch Kamari back to Kane's Lance, that's careless. No Sandworm, but it is a preemptive strike. So I don't have Shooting Star here. So I'm going to go for Poison Touch, but I'm going to go for Power Break as well. And I have Poison Touch on Lulu, yeah. Let's count the attacks this time. Okay, that's 1. 2, 3, 4. Wait, did Power Break fail? Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I guess Power Break failed. Oof. I think this is a game over then. Oh, it is poison though. Okay. It's poison, but we need to get more attacks on it, which I think I'm up to 5. Yeah, now I just lose. Oh, I don't really lose anything. Didn't get anything particularly useful since the autosave, but I could just reset on those encounters and not put any time or effort into worrying about them, but I kind of enjoy just having the party set up to beat everything as much as possible. Maybe it's a way to recharge Aaron's Overdrive mid-fight against a Sandworm. If I end up using his Overdrive, again I'll think about that. Okay, so here is a Cactuar. Don't think... Oh, it's not... I'd need multiple overdrives to kill this, I believe. Which I don't think I want to do. I think I just want to make it run away. However, I kind of get a free steal here. Not sure. Chocobo Wing. I'm pretty sure I don't need a Chocobo Wing, but it might be helpful. Alright, well, got a feather and it ran away. Works for me. Chocobo Wings are definitely used for a couple of the highest tier mixes. I can get Chocobo Wings from capturing in Thunder Plains though. Can't take for granted capturing. I mean, capturing without mix is not going to be easy. I think it's... it'll be okay, I think, in the Calmlands. Let's not think too hard about how I'll capture Marlborough. And how long it'll take with Wacko evading countering it down to the point where Oren can capture it, but it does work, it's just, yeah, it takes a while. It's funny that yeah, despite not using items or customization, doing the monster arena capturing is actually still important, partly for the rewards, but mostly just for being able to farm fiends for drops more easily. I mean, by the time I'm going up Gagazette, I want to be able to have basically SOS haste on everyone. Certainly all the important characters. And it's pretty annoying to do that without the arena. Alright, running into lots of these encounters, the Kamari one-shots, but unfortunately not the mech encounters. Here's a Cactur. Go for steal again. That's a very dead Lulu. I guess I can, yeah, I have a time for another steal here. Got another feather, alright. So I'm going to switch weapon with Whacker. I can't petrify the Cactur, so what I'm going to do if it doesn't run away is bring in Tidus and Blitz Ace it. Yeah. Run away, alright. That's the second time I've got a Null Blaze Bangle, and I still don't need it. The zoo. Okay. Don't think I'm gonna mess around here. Or am I? I guess Kamari gets one. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll do this. I'll go for the poison touch. If it misses, if I land poison soon enough, etc., I could get this to work. That's not a miss. Have to be very careful here. I do get one poison attack, one poison touch attack. I think even if this lands though, I'm very unlikely to be able to keep a character alive. Can't afford to have Zoo get 2 turns before Lulu's next one, so I think I just switch weapon. Okay, that's a shooting star. Got another blurry moon, alright. So keep Orin in the front line now and get him back on sentry and stick him on Victor. Remember to switch Kamari back to SOS Overdrive. It's definitely getting into the portion of the game where like having most of the party on 1 HP is not only fine but actually like actively good in some cases. Let's see, how's Oren's overdrive doing? Oh, it's back up to 80%. Great. This will get it back to full. Nice. Okay, so front line, Luluwaka, Titus again, I think, and RN on. Oh, Victor's still fine. Victor and Slayer do the same thing if I'm using Shooting Star. Now the Cactus, let's just run back the same strat as before. Most of the time it's going to be running away before it actually wipes out your party, but not always. Yeah. Okay, let's go for a Blitz Ace. So that's not going to kill it, but like I was saying before, it puts it below half health and then it will always run away. So it works out fine. Yeah, so what do I want to do? Titus's overdrive now. He's not going to be in the party when Kamari does Stone Breath. I'm not sure there's anything better than Ally. Well, okay, no, I can put him on Stoic, and if he gets hit by like a Sandworm or a Zoo, I guess that gets him most of the way back there. It was actually one of the few uses of Blitz Ace I came up with for this challenge. The actual damage just isn't good enough in the late game, apart from, well, exactly Anima. Turns out plus 10 strength and 50% extra damage is enough to make it good. Titus gets the strength boost in the Natus fight as well, I believe, but things have advanced in terms of boss HP by that point, so it's not going to do anything. That's a Sandworm. Okay, go for poison. One. Two, and it's poisoned. Okay, great. So now I just want to attack as quickly as possible, which I think means using Lancet and like Riku attack. Yeah. Obviously don't want to Lancet so much I come out of it SOS HP, but I think that's fine. So that's 3 attacks. 4. Yeah, this is getting awkward like before though. I have to hope this power break works, I think. So that's 5 attacks. So assuming power break's landed, Baka won't get KO'd from here. That's 6. Ah, shoot, it did land. Okay, Shooting Star again.
No mercy.
That's fine. I'll go after the mechs for a while. If I don't get any drops for a while, I may just abandon getting SOS Reflect. It's not a common drop, and the encounter's not that common either, so it can take a long time. Oof. I actually think I don't want Kamari in the front line here. I'd rather have Lulu trying to inflict poison because she has the better evasion. The limitation here hasn't been the poison infliction. Actually got it first time there. The limitation's been having too many characters KO'd. Okay, that was lucky. Let's go for a power break. Okay, so that's 2 hits. Can fit in a Lancet. 3. Ooh, Wacker's borderline being able to survive the physical attack here. I think I definitely want Wacker alive, and I'm only going to risk losing this other character slot. Oh, Wacker's still got KO'd. Done. I think that means, yeah, okay, so Power Break failed again, that's what happened. This guy must have 50% resistance to Power Break, which messes up my plans. Obviously. So now I need to... Yeah, now I need to have it go on a string of missing. Yeah, nothing else I can do. Again, I don't really lose anything if I get game over here, just out of principle don't want to. I guess I'll throw a steal in, get Shadow Gems. Okay, that's good. This isn't going to regen Orin enough. Alright, hit Kamara, hit Riku anyway. Alright, reset. I think without abusing the autosave, I'd have to, if I was just like running from one end of the desert to the other, I would have a reasonable chance of game over just from fighting multiple of the big enemies without being able to recharge Orin's overdrive. Maybe there's something I'm missing that would let me play around that, but don't think so. Alright, this was me being very callous and not putting First Strike Tidus back in the party. I've really got to stop doing that. It's fine here, where, you know, I can just reload the autosave, it's no big deal, but later on in the game, there's going to be areas of random encounters where I literally cannot make a single mistake. I think that is something I hadn't really thought about too carefully about streaming this sort of challenge. It's like, I'd say I play a little more carelessly when I'm trying to talk and play at the same time, and it's partly just, you know, not being used to it, and hopefully I'll get better at it the more I do it. But also the fact that, like, and you and anyone watching the stream or the VOD have to, like, you know, if I make a mistake, if I'm in an area where a small mistake leads to a game over, and, like, I make a mistake, and then I make another mistake, if I was playing on my own, it'd just be no problem, right? But if I'm not going to be editing the VODs, then yeah, sitting through that's kind of painful. I suppose I just need to just add timestamps on the VODs if there's a long period where it's just game overs to random encounters. Would have loved this guy to run away, but no such luck. Not having the best luck getting the big mech encounters. I wonder if, yeah, I'm not sure if there's a particular part of this area that produces them more. I feel like I've had most success in the past with more or less doing what I'm doing, but I'm not getting them even, maybe even a third of the time. Alright, complain and the game rewards me. Oh, this is a preemptive strike, so let's go steal on Riku. I was watching a any percent Final Fantasy X speedrun the other day, and I haven't really kept up with the changes to the routes in the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, and I see that there's a new route that basically involves Bahamut, like raising Yuna's stats in a really efficient way so as to make Bahamut an absolute powerhouse, and I was pretty blown away by how well you could do that. Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm kind of tired of messing around with zoos. I think this is just getting shooting starred. So, obviously, you know, if you're familiar with the Final Fantasy X speedrun, there's not much stopping and messing around. Like, there's not much grinding for sphere levels or anything. Just opportunistically taking, you know, getting a sphere level here or there. But yeah, in the current world record route, they have Bahamut physically attack Natus. So not even like endgame, just, you know, kind of mid-game. His Bahamut, the guy I was watching, his Bahamut crit Natus for 77k on a physical attack. Not like Overdrive, just literally smacked him for 77,000 damage. I thought that was amazing. The fact that you can get like power up unit stats so efficiently with using, you know, teleport spheres and what have you to do that much damage was mind-blowing to me. Actually, yeah. So I actually started watching the very end of that speedrun because I wanted to watch how he was doing BFA. I assumed he'd still be doing it with like trio, and then I saw he summoned Bahamut, and Bahamut just hit the actual damage cap on its physical attack, and I was thinking, hold on a second, things have changed since I saw this speedrun. That side of things is really neat, I think, like how efficiently you can get around this sphere grid. I think that's the side of things, like the routing side of speedrunning, that I think I'd personally have more interest in than the mechanical side of like learning and executing the route and actually trying to get a good time. I don't think I'd be great at doing that. Alright, close to getting Oren's overdrive back. I suppose I can talk a little about Evrae. I think my plan now, having gone through the crawler fight, which has some similarities, Gatling gun and photon spray, my thinking now is that I really have to have shell up on my frontline characters in order to survive endless photon sprays, even with SOS regen on my 3 tankiest members. Oh, Chocobo Wing, nice. So I'm probably going to mix the lowest tier like guard mix. I think it's just called Mighty Wall, that gives protect and shell. Okay, so that's Oren's overdrive back. I'm going to make another autosave in case I want that Chocobo Wing later. Like I said, I could get it from the Thunderplane stealing, but I don't know, it feels like worth saving for. Get everything switched up here. So the question is whether I have to mix something else. I mean, there's a lot of damage dealing mixes, and the mixes that deal relatively low damage are presumably not going to be that useful in later fights. You know, if I'm mixing for a mix that does like, say, under 3 or 4k damage against one of the keepers, you know, is that mix really what's winning me the fight? Like, aren't I going to need to be able to survive pretty much all its attacks if I'm dealing damage so slowly? So I think that means that there's a bunch of the low damage mixes that are probably pretty expendable. Echo Armlet. Got lots of drops for Kamari, but they've all just been pretty useless status ward. Yeah, so the hard part against Evrae is going to be, assuming I can sustain through Photon Spray with Shell plus SOS regen, which I think should be doable, then the last third of the fight is going to be a bit tricky because Evrae will close range with Swooping Scythe, and then it gets quite tricky to... Yeah, it's going to get quite tricky to avoid Poison Breath because I can always do it, like Evrae's not going to be under haste, but I can only give the commands of Rico or Titus, and they don't have SOS regen. So, yeah, their HP is actually going to be quite limiting. I think it's a complicated enough fight that I just need to get up to it and try it. I've got all the ingredients for all kinds of mixes, so there's no way I'm going to have to like backtrack to get different equipment. It's just a case of how little I can get away with. Fortunately, the fights after Evrae are really not difficult at all. I'm just going to do what I'm doing in these encounters with Stone Breath for the monks and, you know, Shooting Star for the kicking robots maybe. I really don't think those fights are a problem. Nice, this encounter back. Yeah, Stone Breath it. I don't think it's possible. Well, you'd have to not save for an awfully long time. I was going to say I don't think it's possible to have Kamari go into the Sumo Nadas fight with SOS HP. Maybe it is if you just don't use several save spheres, but that's I'm not sure that's a great idea. I was just thinking again about if I end up wanting to use SOS regen and my guy for it is what's his name? Kamari. Yes, it's unfortunate I don't have full overdrive on Titus. I guess Banishing Blades will make it run away. Sure. Actually, I should have... Yeah, this was silly. I should have just done Shooting Star, because then if I do Shooting Star, I actually get the equipment drop. Not sure what I was thinking about this. I guess I was thinking that... Yeah, I was just being dumb. Banishing Blade does do more damage than Shooting Star, but Shooting Star obviously just ejects it, so... It's a sandworm. Yeah. No, I said I didn't want to just reset on random encounters, but I've lost enough sandworms to know how that one's going to go.
This is for the fallen.
Ooh, is that slow touch for Orin? It is. Huh. I doubt that's ever going to be useful, but it didn't even occur to me that I could get slow touch from the sandworm. Fair enough. Alright, same situation before where I don't have an overdrive. Yeah, I don't have an overdrive on Oren either. So I hope that this guy just runs away. That's a good start. That's not running away. I don't think... Maybe I should have gone for an Oren attack so that I could use Whacker's Overdrive to make it flee. I could still go for a Kimari attack. It has... it only has defense 1, but it has armor. So you want piercing. Yeah, it's never likely to hit, unfortunately. And now Kimari doesn't get another turn. Don't think I can do enough damage with just Whacker's Overdrive, but I suppose I'll try. Nah, needs to be 400. No, he's not happy. Alright, well. No real loss. Don't want to deal with Sandworm. So if I'm not fighting... Okay, let's say I chose to just stop trying to farm equipment and just went on from here to home and Evrae and so on. Assuming I got past Evrae and Altanafine, is it actually going to be possible to do Natus without SOS Reflect? I mean, the problem I'm seeing in that fight is, I think the third phase is basically impossible to survive. Like, I can't really survive flare damage. And so then I could... Because I think poison damage... I think he still changes phases to poison damage. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know that Flux and Natus work a bit differently in the attack patterns. I can poison him with a mix, that's no problem. And I've got the Hazardous Shell mix, which is kind of perfect for the Natus fight, because it only inflicts poison with 150% infliction rate, whereas you know, the higher tier status mixes are all basically infinite percent. So right. So Hazardous Shell is not useful or not consistent at inflicting poison against Flux or Sanctuary Keeper, whereas it will always work against Natus. So I think for sure I can spare that mix for the Natus fight. So I'll have him under poison, that's no problem. Surviving the first phase is not going to be easy. I'm not sure I can keep 2 characters alive. The problem is when you start to get out of sync with the elements where, you know, you've got, say, multi-Fyra and then straight into a Blizzard from Morty, the Mortar Buddy. Yeah, these cactuses have not been friendly. Alright. Decides to kill 2 of us and run away. Fair enough. Yeah, actually, I need to actually look up whether Natus changes attack patterns if you just inflict poison, then don't touch him. That was not who I was trying to put in the front line. Alright, this gets Oren Never Shooting Star, that's great. Okay, Seymour, Natus, Poison. Yeah. Find all these guides for information, but I know what I really need to do is just go to P. Birdman's guide. Via Purifico. Yeah, here we go. Sumo Natus. Okay. Does say poison damage does not alter the attack pattern. Alright. I think I'll give it another 20 minutes. I'll give it until 11 o'clock my time. Just trying to farm the mechs, and then if I don't get Reflect drop by that point, I'll just move on and hope I can beat Natus. I think I'll probably be able to put some kind of strat together for that fight. Oh hey, actually got to stop by this time. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I figured from your message that you probably lived in North America and so you were working when I was streaming during the week. But glad you were able to drop by today. Have you been playing much Final Fantasy X recently, or playing other stuff? Oh, a dark touch weapon for Titus. Okay. Guess I'll take that. Grab an extra proc on ally, since the machines are pretty slow here. I know you played a couple of those ability nodes only challenges. I vaguely remember someone beating BFA in that a year or two ago. Okay, seeing you come back to this, I actually got inspired to start the run I mentioned for years. Ability and MP nodes only, plus initial equip, and restricting mix to things that don't do damage. Okay. Yeah, so the combination of initial equip and base stats effectively is pretty rough. I've tried that in the past, and yeah, there's some pretty nasty situations for sure. So are you allowing customization on your initial equipment? Let's see, what am I doing here? I think I'm just blitzosing this. Make it go away. Okay. In that case, yeah. I think you should be fine then, probably. Yeah. So you got up to BFA in ability nodes only, no items, no overdrives, no summons, right? But didn't beat BFA? I think I remember you posting on the forum about that, or like recording a video of the BFA attempts where you were trying to use like spare change to knock out the pagodas and stuff. What did I do to deserve another cactus? Yeah. I had a really fun ability nodes only challenge where I think I allowed... That's right, I allowed ability and MP nodes, but I didn't use customization items or overdrives. And I didn't use spare change, but I think I only got up to flux. It's really cool how you can, like in your challenge, I know you did this, how you can take out Overdrive Sin, basically using the girl's magic at base stats. It's still powerful enough. It's kind of funny to me that actually works. Okay, so Aaron has full overdrive, so you can come out of the paddy. Allies really been bad for recharging Titus' overdrive, but only really needed against the cactus. Yeah. Yeah. I was having this conversation with Blitz when I was streaming the other day, and there's definitely lots of people posting about how stuff is impossible on the forums like 10 years ago or whatever, and lots of the stuff that people thought was impossible has turned out to be possible. So, yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, like, perseverance pays off. Oh, we have shooting star, so this is fine.
You, away!
Right, Taj. That's not so useful. Nope, two big things in a row. Just reset on this. Not sure how I'm going to beat the Sandragoras. I guess I just stone touch them. Or maybe they can be ejected too. Yeah, they probably can be actually. Eject works on almost everything. Yeah. Alright, well that makes it easier. What's happening here? Recharging Orin and Titus overdrives. Okay. I haven't got any equipment to drop from the Big Macs. I think the drop rate's 25% or so, so been a bit unlucky. Oof. Yeah, no thanks. one more fight here before Oren has full overdrive again. You don't happen to know if there's a better area in the desert to try and get those big mech encounters, do you, Gavarian? I've just been running around in this area and it's gone okay, but they're not particularly common encounter. Don't want to fight the zoo. Remember the sign going left gets more sandworms. Right, yeah. I want to stay away from that area. The sandworms in the zoo are annoying. The fights against multiple enemies, like 3 small enemies, are way easier with Kamari and Kane's Lance, Stone Breath. Yeah, I don't know if there's more of the big mech encounters that way as well though. Maybe there are. Alright, got the mechs 2 in a row. Let's get an equipment drop. Heat Lance. Alright, I guess that was what I asked for. Three in a row. I'll take it. Nullfrost Armlet. Maybe getting warmer. Oh, I didn't have that already. Okay, cool. Yeah, that actually... I can't remember the damage that the mortar body, like level 1 spells do, but if that does more than half of Kamari's health, then starting the Natus battle with Nullfrost Armlet equipped would then have Nullfrost up for the first multi-Blazara, so that's quite nice, I think. Tidal Spear. Nope. At least I'm getting more of those encounters though. Maybe I'm standing in a better spot. Get out of here. Oh, this is silly. Yeah. There's no need to do this. I can just wait to see if it runs away in the first 2 turns rather than use Tidus' overdrive. So yeah, now I think there's a chance I can actually keep all three characters alive at the start of the Nadas fight. Oops. I guess not so much if Riku's coming in to do a mix because she doesn't have the element protection. I think I'll just give it another 5 minutes for SOS Reflect, then go to the Santa Growers at home. Another slow touch weapon for Aaron. More useful than Order Potion at least. Yeah, this is looking... Well, this is most likely a reset. I shouldn't have defended with Titus then. Yeah, that was dumb. I either bring in another character and see if it runs away, or I blitz Ace with Titus. Huh, what's that with equipment? Arm sling. Guess that's like HP stroll? Yeah. Suppose it could be useful somehow. Alright, I'm gonna wait until I encounter one more of the big mechs, and if I don't get SOS Reflect from it, I'll call it a day on the grinding. Here we go. See if the game is paying attention to my complaining. It is not. Alright. Well, actually, I guess we need to recharge Shooting Star anyhow, so we might get a few more of the encounters. So let's do this properly. Yeah, give it a chance to run away before wasting Titus's overdrive. I think I'll go for an attack with Orin. I think if that connects, then I have way more options for dealing damage to it to make it run away. Okay, so which of these chests has the Mega Elixirs? Not that one. Oh, I did not put First Strike Titus back in. Well, it's very lucky. Definitely could have got game over right there. So I need to switch over to Death Touch or Stone Touch. I'm trying to take out the Sandragora. Don't think it... yeah, it has resistance to both, but they're the same. So Break Knuckles, TKO. Looks good. Okay, and if I can't kill it, I'm gonna use Shooting Star. Yeah, I think that's right. I think set up the party like this. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. That wasn't even a Sandragora. Shows how much I know this area. I can leave her on Break Knuckles. I think I'll try... yeah, I'll just try this pit. Alright, that's definitely a Sandragora. I know one of these has the return spheres, I think the other one has the Mega Elixir. Have to be a bit careful in this encounter with the confusion. So let's see. So if I attack with Riku here and I don't land Petrification, well, actually, I'm playing around with confusion by having all my characters with 1 HP, so it's fine. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, except Whacker. Okay, but he didn't petrify himself. Yeah, we're still okay here actually. Yeah, I remember fighting Sandagors a couple of times and having some pretty crazy results. There's the Mega Elixir. Nice. Okay, I don't need the return sphere, so I can just skip the other chest on the right here. Confusion can do some funny things. It sure can. Felt sure I'd get another encounter there, but I didn't. I guess I'll just equip Confuse Ward, although... Yeah, Whacker's going to get KO'd in 1 hit anyway, but I'll take him off the regen. Should be good. Nice. First time. I think there is a chance to get another random encounter. Well, yeah, I don't know actually if fighting the Sandagora resets the normal random encounter timers. No treasure chest in this one, okay. Alright, it's time to go to home. So the encounters here aren't going to be a problem because Kamari has the Kane's Lance Slayer setup and everything just dies to Stone Breath. But I do need to remember to pick up, or I want to remember at least to pick up the Albed primers. Yeah, so there's one in the outside area that's missable. And then there's 2 inside that are missable. That's right.
A war between Yevon and the Albed?
I think I'm going to farm Fire Ward for Oren from this forced bomb encounter. I think it's the best place to get Fire Ward. I mean, I'm just going to one-shot it with Stone Breath and reset until I get Red Bracer. Then Oren has every ward covered, and he can be useful in the Natus fight for those turns where, like, the elements get a bit out of sync between Morty and Seymour.
Let's go. Yeah,
Let's change my stream title so it says Home.
right.
Alright. Albed Primer, there it is. I guess what I'll do, yeah, I'll do the same trick as I did before. So I'll make a save here, then I'll actually reload the autosave. So I don't have to redo the SOS HP setup. I do have to remember to grab the Albed Primer again though. Pretty sure all the encounters in Home have 3 enemies because there's 2 fiends and then the Guarda Guardian. So that lines up perfectly for Stone Breath. I think it's only when you get to the airship that you have encounters with just the two fiends, because you don't see the Guardo anymore. We'll find out, I suppose.
A war between Yevon and the Al Bhed?
Vidran!
Getting a bomb-dropped weapon with the hidden attack bonus wouldn't be bad here either.
You Riku's friends? Let's go kick them.
Leader of the up.
Let's
Yeah.
not only.
Right.
Okay, so primer again. Hidden attack bonus, is this something I don't know about? Yeah, so the bomb enemies, bomb, grenade, and Puroboros, they drop weapons with damage constant of 18, whereas every other weapon in the game has a damage constant of 16. So it's kind of equivalent to a hidden strength plus 12% boost. I mean, it doesn't make a large difference, but it's kind of a cool thing. Don't need to do anything with my party here. I'm just one-shotting everything with Kamari.
Yuna, where are...
Good meta for a few challenges. Oh yeah, it's quite nice. I don't know, I can't think of a situation where it actually is a deal breaker, where it makes a fight possible that wouldn't be possible. It's super nice if you're trying to farm Firestrike in challenges, like single character challenges, where you're late game you rely on having your own characters, like having your character hit themselves with an element strike weapon and fire eater. It's pretty nice for that. I remember I also used it. Oh, actually, yeah. Now I think about it, there is a challenge where it's quite important. So for beating Overdrive Sin in Own Sphere Grid Kamari only, the best weapon is a Puroboros dropped weapon with piercing, fire strike, and 2 free slots. And that fight needs a whole bunch of crits and luck on the damage. So having a extra damage boost really helps. Yeah, as far as I know, it's only the bombs that have a hidden bonus like that. It must be just like some kind of a mission in the game, or like unintended value that was never changed before the game was released or whatever. But yeah. I know about Shiva having no damage. Right, yes, it's exactly the same effect as Shiva and Valafor having a damage constant of 14. Yes. So it's that effect, but in the opposite direction.
Yuna!
I don't know if this is because there were 4 enemies, but it seems like three of the enemies shatter at once, and then the 4th guy just shatters afterwards. It's a little funny. The only other hidden equipment bonus like this that I'm aware of is there's a boosted critical hit chance on weapons, actually both weapons and armor that are dropped by some of the arena creations. So there's a hidden plus 3% crit bonus on most, or like every piece of equipment, weapon and armor. That's why, for example, a character can crit themselves, even though, you know, they don't have higher luck than themselves, obviously. There's still usually a plus 6% crit from 3 from weapon, 3 from armor. I'm not getting this red bracer. But there's some of the arena enemies that the bosses that drop status strike and status proof equipment where that crit bonus is doubled. That one I think is totally useless. Like by the time you're beating those enemies, a 3% higher crit chance is just not making a difference, but it's another little random fact. Yeah, so when people started hacking into the game, P. Birdman and a few other people a number of years ago had a pretty active hacking site going on, and they discovered a bunch of this stuff. Right. Yeah, it's kind of a classic case of really powerful enemy drops better equipment, but if you've killed the powerful enemy, you don't need the better equipment. I think Nemesis drops a weapon with plus 10% crit bonus, although that's like the epitome of what I was just saying. It's interesting to see, like, not necessarily Final Fantasy games, but other role-playing games where you know, people have made mods and stuff, player-made modifications, and one of the traps that the designers of mods often fall into is making enemies harder, but then making the rewards better as well. And there's lots of mods that are supposedly, you know, supposed to increase the difficulty of whatever game. It's a hunter's sword. Nope. So they make the fights harder, but the loot is better by enough that you actually end up with the player being stronger. I know of a couple of mods for this game. I've tried one of them. It was a pretty simple mod to make the game harder that more or less just boosted stats of enemies, which sounds kind of boring, but it was actually pretty good. I was playing a No Good game in that mod, where basically enemies have HP and most of their other stats increased by, I think it was 60%. I think I was going to need Trio or Quartet for Overdrive Sin, but up to that point, could do it without, you know, summons or Trio. And there's P. Birdman's mod, which he's working on, and hopefully there'll be a public version released soon. I'd love to try that too. I'm sure he does a lot more than just pad stats of enemies. He's making a mod. Yeah, it's finished, and he's just kind of iterating on it. So he's actually working with Dansgo8, who, aka Burkice, on the Game FAQ forum. So Dansgo8 has a whole YouTube series on playing through P. Birdman's mod. I think he's up to like the Omega Ruins capturing or something. I'm only going off the titles. I've deliberately not watched it because I'd rather play it blind. But yeah, I think the mods. I think P. Birdman's gonna. There's like some more bits he's working on, and then he's going to release it. These bumps haven't been as good for equipment drops as I remember. I mean, granted, there's like no cutscene and the fight's about as fast as it could be, so still the best place to get this fireward armor, but I thought they dropped more frequently. Oh, yeah, I'm just wrong about the drop rate. Yeah, that's rough. It's actually like, yeah, it's actually just like 4%. Yeah, that explains it. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have a great opportunity to get fireward on Orin before. Like, Crawler can drop it, but the Crawler fight without mix was just long and tedious. Definitely didn't want to refight that one. And sort of similar story with Spheromorph. Alright, I'll run this for a while and see how it goes. I'm not completely sure I need this, but since I don't have SOS Reflect, I'm kinda concerned about how I'm going to beat Natus.
This is it.
Unfortunately, it's a fight where defensive mixes are just not very useful, because Mortar Body, if you have too many buffs in your party, like too many null spells or what have you, the Mortar Body with Seymour will just do the Desperado move, which inflicts a ton of, well, not a ton, but when you're at base stats, it's a ton, like a bunch of non-elemental damage to the whole party. More or less kills everybody except Orin. So I think my strat is basically going to be inflict poison and try and keep two characters alive as long as possible with just switching null element armor. But my experience with the fight in the past has been that because Seymour and Mortar Body's turns get out of sync, the elements get mixed up and you can't sustain that indefinitely. So I'll have to see how it goes. Maybe what I want to do here is actually... I was going to say I should eject one of the bombs of Orin so that he's more likely to get the equipment drop, but the bomb's immune to eject, so... never mind. Glorious Spangle. Nope. Does his Petrify Phase deal damage? Break, yeah, so the break spell itself does not deal damage, but Shattering Claw from Mortar Body does, which you do have to watch out for with, like if you have characters at low HP for the SOS nulls. It doesn't deal too much damage. You can also power break Mortar Body, but yeah, so I'm not sure, this might be what you're getting at, but if I poisoned him, but actually got him to transition to the second phase, and then just left the rest of the fight in the second phase, that could actually make things easier. Yeah. Definitely don't want to go to the third phase because Flare does too much damage and I can't block it. Hey Blitz, how's it going? What are we drop hunting? I'm trying to get Firewood for Orin, although for some reason I thought these bombs had a higher drop rate. They really don't. But I was just saying, I don't think I don't think I missed a better chance to get firewood earlier. It's not as if it's not as if refighting Spheromorph or Crawler was so quick in this challenge. I didn't end up getting good drops in Bikanel. I guess I got SOS Null Thrust for Kamari, which is hopefully going to be good for Natus. I didn't get SOS Reflect, but perhaps foolishly I decided not to stick it out. Just go on and get through home. Okay, Blitz will know the answer to this. If I poison Natus and don't touch him, he doesn't change phase, right? I know that's true for Flux, but having not played this game for a year, I can't remember if Natus works the same or if he still does change through the phases. Doesn't change phase from poison damage. Okay, great. Yeah. I thought that was how it worked, but wasn't sure. So, appreciate the confirmation. Needs to be targeted to change. Okay. Okay, yeah, so Gavarian, I like your strat then of mix something that inflicts poison, then try and survive as best I can in the first phase, but ideally get him to transition to the second phase and then leave him in the break phase and survive with Una Stoneproof plus juggling other characters around. That doesn't sound... well, I've said this before and gotten bitten for it, but that doesn't sound too bad. I think I probably do want the red armor, red bracer though. I can't remember on what element combination Seymour and Morty, like, their elements get out of sync, because the place I want Orin to come in at like full HP with an element ward on is, for example, where you go straight from a multi-spell into the next like level 1 spell and you don't have time to switch SOS nulls. So I have the other 3 ward armors. Just don't have firewood. Actually, I should be able to figure this out. So, Morty has tick speed 10, Natus has tick speed 11. Pretty sure that's correct.
This is terrible.
Oh, I didn't see the equipment drop. I actually have to... I need to be careful here. I'm about to get another autosave. Did you guys see if I got a red bracer on that drop? I just pressed A through it too fast. It wasn't firewood. Alright, yeah, thanks. Glorious armlet. Alright. Appreciate it. I must have fat-fingered some keyboard shortcut because I'm trying to search P. Birdman's guide and my laptop's like, do you want to ask Siri? It's like, no, I don't think Siri's going to know the answer to this one. Siri, on what element pair do Natus and Mortarbody get out of sync? Oh. Hold the phone. That's what I want. Red Bracer and a Heat Lance, and just a bomb dropped Heat Lance. Why not? I'll take that. Okay, probably shouldn't try to do too much at once here. Let's just sort out my party. I want Kamari out of the front line because he needs to come in and do Stone Breath. Don't think it matters who's in the front line. Everyone has full overdrive. Yep. And I just got, yeah, Firewood, and this is just going to be Piercing Fire Strike. Yeah. Alright, so I've got a little collection of Heat Lances. I think though the Heat Lance without a free slot is the bomb dropped one with the damage boost, so I just need to remember that. Should be fine. Okay, now I also need to remember the Albed primer here. So I think I believe I go into the next area and then I backtrack up the corridor. Yeah, it's not here, right. Okay. I will actually try and do that calculation with the element, just because I'm kind of curious, but I'm gonna just do something embarrassing if I try and do it at the same time as playing through this.
Oh no!
What'd he say?
We have to get
Where's...
the summoner center.
Okay, so this is the dual horn encounter. Still haven't learned Flame Breath from the dual horns, but there's no need to. So now I walk back up the stairs, and there's a room on the side with the primer. Don't need any drop from that encounter. Yeah, so go back, switch the party. Can I not go back that way? Oh, I have to keep going a bit and then backtrack? Alright, I guess I can't go back that way. I feel like that is where I backtrack, but maybe it's not. Need to go forward a bit. Okay. Weird. So there is a primer this way. Let's just grab that one, I suppose. Yeah, nice ambush game. Need the camera angle to change. Okay. Yeah, I think I can actually just... I think I have to go back now. That's a pretty annoying... Yeah, they made this primer pretty annoying to get. This is definitely... Well, this and Gagazet, I guess, are the two areas where having this setup with Kamari, where he just Stone Breaths every encounter, is so useful. Alright, here we go. Don't think I need any of these, the stuff in any of these chests. I mean, there's like a friend sphere, maybe another special sphere. Don't think that's useful. I will get the, I'll get the level 4 key sphere that's just in a chest in the last area.
No, not that way.
There's something very satisfying about getting ambushed and one-shotting it anyway. Boop. Okay, there's the primer. Nice. So that's 20. So let's just do a quick check of this. 1, 2. Yeah, so I have everything up to 21, which is the last. Okay, so there's one more one that's missable, which is in the Bavel Temple, but yeah, that's not coming up for a little ways. Kamari's back out of the party. I don't need to do these chess puzzles. I think we're good. I don't want to make a save here and mess up my SOS status. Although it might be fine, I suppose, if I'm not going to get random encounters after this part anyway. If I need to backtrack, it won't be to this area, it will be to the desert where I already have made saves, so I think we're good to just carry on.
This place done for.
You're right. You're right, Waka. We all beg.
Alright, let's do a calculation for
We weren't
Natus.
always like this.
So, Natus has tick speed 10, and Motor Buddy has tick speed 11. That's how their turns get out of sync.
To every corner of Spira. But
No, that's not right.
my dad
It's
brought the
10
island
and
to
9.
me. If we
Okay.
put our minds to it,
Motor
we
Buddy
could
has tick
do
speed
it. Then
9.
we could make a new home. Everyone worked hard. We had our home back again. But now, why did
So-
things have to turn out this way?
So, apart from fluctuations in initial counter value, Morty's 10th turn is about the same time as Seymour's 9th turn. And that's also the point at which Morty's going to get 2 turns between Seymour's. So what's the... Yeah, so the 9th spell from Seymour is Multi-Blizzara. And the 10th spell is Multi-Thundara. So I think that means...
Riku, what is the Summoner's Sanctum?
I think that means it's going to
Summoner's
be...
Sanctum is where we keep the summoners. We keep them safe.
It's
there.
either going to be...
You kidnapped them.
I know it's
I think it
against
could be...
teaching and all that.
I get why you did it, but
Morty, Fire...
I sure don't get it, Waka. They
No.
might get hurt on their pilgrimage.
It'd be
You
like
kidnap them?
Thunder,
I mean,
Thundara
the Summoners
immediately
don't do their
into...
job. Then who will beat Sin?
Nah, sorry, saying it wrong.
Protect them, I know.
Blizzard, Blizzara into an immediate Thunder. So the Blizzara into Thunder is the problem.
Summoners will be safe,
Or it would be...
right?
I guess it would be the next transition, which would be Thundara into Water. Yeah, so I don't have any character with double null element that's going to be able to get through that either of those parts. So I think I just keep Aaron at full HP, have him come in, and I guess I have to try and fight the rest of the battle from that point with only one character slot. Could be rough. Mortar Buddy is vulnerable to delay. It's kind of interesting. I don't have a good way to do delay apart from Dragon Fang. Can't really imagine that'd be so useful, but... Oh, here's something interesting. I should just probably pay attention for a bit and grab these chests. I think this is level 2 and level 4 key spheres. Yeah. Don't know for sure that I need this level 4 one for a mix in the near future, but obviously good to just get it. So multi-spell, this is looking at P. Birdman's guide. Multi-spell from Natus doesn't shatter, 0%. and Mortar Body's elemental spells also don't shatter. So maybe I could effectively petrify a character as an extra tank. Not sure that's so helpful though, right? That would only help if, like...
Hello.
So that would help if Orin was my only character left, but couldn't survive both multi-spells.
Protecting us.
I don't know, I can think about it.
Much, but the least we can do is give them a proper sending.
Hey, the Al Bed said that summoners shouldn't...
Why couldn't they trust Guardians to protect the summoners? The Al Bed had no right stopping their pilgrimage.
The pilgrimages have to stop. If they don't, and they get to Xanarkand, they might defeat Sin. Uni could... But then she...
Alright, I need to go use the restroom. I'm going back in 2 minutes. I'll just let the cutscene play.
You know, don't you? Summoner's journey to get the final Aeon. Yuna told you, didn't she? With the final Aeon, she can beat Sin. But then... If she calls it, then the final Aeon's gonna kill her. Even if she defeats Sin, it will kill Uni too, you know?
Was I the only one who didn't know? Tell me why! Why were you hiding it? Why didn't I know?
We weren't hiding it.
It was just too hard to say.
Lulu! How could you? How could you? Isn't she like a sister to you? I thought you were family. Why don't you do something, Waka?
Don't you think we tried to stop her? She follows her heart.
Yuna, she knew what she was doing when she chose to become a summoner. To face Sin, yeah? Yuna knew.
But Waka, that's just totally wrong. Summoners shouldn't have to sacrifice themselves. Just so the rest of Spirit can be happy, right?
But that is our choice.
We all live in fear of sin, you know that.
A world without sin. That is the dream of all Yevon's children. And we will use that power even if it means our lives.
Alright, I'm back. I think I'll give Evrae a shot before ending the stream.
And I've been telling Yuna.
Might be a bit more of a test drive than a serious attempt.
I told her all the things. Could.
There's going to be some stuff in that fight that's pretty awkward.
I didn't know anything.
But it's going to come down to how powerful a mix or mixes I need to use and how much I need RNG in my side. So I kind of know what I want to do, but I don't have an exact strategy planned out.
Hey, watch.
You got pretty good.
You sound sad.
Yeah.
A big problem I'm foreseeing is keeping Riku and or Tidus alive, and I need them to get Sid to move the airship back and forward, but neither of them have
It's embarrassing
regen
to say
armor.
this myself, but summoners and their guardians are kind of like Spira's ray of light. A lot of people in Spira depend on us. I learned to practice smiling
I think
when I'm feeling sad, you know.
I need to have Shell on my regen characters, so that's Waka, Kamari, and Aaron. Well, I can only get Shell on 2 of them, I guess, from a single mix, because Riku has to mix. The mix obviously hits Riku too. So if I get Waka and Kamari under Shell, Aaron has more HP, so is less likely to get KO'd. The first 2/3 of the fight, I fight from distance, just seeing Photon Spray. I attack with Waka, I lance with Kamari. I sustain with SOS regen. I don't think that's guaranteed to work, as in I think just a bad set of hits on the Photon Spray would KO characters. So maybe I need to do even more than that, but that's what I'll try to start with, I think.
To be full of laughter.
Then the last phase gets tricky because I need to close distance in order to... Right, I need to close distance in order to have a Tidus counterattack do the damage across the haste threshold. But that's going to involve taking a Stone Gaze. Aside from using a mix to remove the petrification, I just straight up lose a character to Stone Gaze. That might be fine though. Yeah, we'll see.
Odessa! Go, go, go!
3 minutes, Mom!
Rina, Rina!
Where's you?
Ajanu! Ajanu!
Answer me! Answer me, damn you!
What are you doing?
So I think,
And I told her.
yeah, P. Birdman's guide I think has a couple of details slightly,
I'm sorry.
well, not really wrong, but he talks in terms of the AI for Evrae changing depending on whether haste has been used as a counter, but I think strictly speaking it changes depending on the HP threshold, even if it hasn't actually used haste. So I think unfortunately I do start seeing Swooping Scythe for the last third, even if I bypass the actual haste casting.
I'm telling you.
I've done a battle like this,
Boy.
like a long battle where I fought from a distance. I think it was an ability nodes only challenge where I had focus but not shell. I had focus and I had SOS regen, and I just chipped in damage.
I won't.
I can't remember how I did the last phase of that challenge.
So you know where she is?
Of course not! Using...
They done.
Apparently Photon Spray is another attack that never shatters. I guess I can end up with a... whoever gets hit by Stone Gaze might be a sort of impromptu tank for part of the fight. Be kind of funny.
Huh?
Oh, Evrae has dark resistance. Yeah, that's right. This fight can go wrong right from the beginning. Let's skip this cutscene. Okay, so it doesn't resist Power Break, but it does resist Dark and Slow. So I do need to get a Dark attack in. I think that's the priority. Then before pulling back, before the first pull back, I also do... I guess I don't need to do Vanishing Blade if Evrae doesn't resist Power Break. Well, that's slightly helpful, I guess. Fortunately, I can't do Magic Break. That would be really useful. But it's immune.
What's going?
We're good.
With one of the four.
Magic bait would be great. Yeah, it really would. Alright, so I'll update the stream title to Evrae again. We'll update it again.
Harpundank. Frideku iquit machina. Ectolipa piemta. Wika.
Hey, look, don't get so down. Boom! Like happy festival fireworks, yeah?
You can cram your happy festival, you big meanie.
I don't know if that line got somewhat lost in translation or was just supposed to be a really stupid thing the Wack was saying, but... Alright, so now I can... Oh, do I want to save now? Yeah, I think so. So even if I get encounters here, most of them have 2 fiends and I can't just one-shot them with Stone Breath, so yeah, let's just go ahead and save.
Did you find out it?
Look at it.
Oh yeah, that's right, I have to walk towards the back and then...
Don't worry, I'm using a sphere of cellophane.
A sphere.
Is it 8? I don't know how it works.
Whoever detects that the fiends have got on board.
Because of the Yevon tap.
I have to talk to Aaron?
Whether you
Ugh. Oh, do I have to maybe talk to brother? Oh no, this works, alright.
you want to keep, would you seek to stop?
If she continues it, sure as no harebrained law. When I save her, I'll make her get
Even a,
better than a and out.
you.
Good.
I think now I go to talk to brother and that advances things. Yeah.
Where was that?
Yeah, there's... I think you can get dual horn encounters and evil eye encounters, and those are both 2 fiends each. So coming out of SOS, HP on Camari is fine.
You get God, Louis.
I'm not sure you even get an encounter here most of the time.
Take a while to get to Pavel. Me?
Okay. Can't remember if I have to talk to someone here.
Bavel is built. You or Riku should study your magic.
Oh, you or Riku should study your magic. Yes, yes.
We are being attacked. Some of the Guado that
You're off.
I am come.
Fiends. There's nothing to do but
Destroy
I wonder if Rin would still be calm if he knew that we were doing a no item challenge and not only would not be buying any of his items, but would be sufficiently hampering ourselves in the fight against Evrae.
Leave the feet.
Yeah.
Hey,
Riku.
Yeah, I can't really imagine explaining to the characters in game that we're intentionally making life much harder for ourselves. It's kind of funny. Alright, so I'm not sure I get an encounter here, but let's try and not lose it if I do. I still have a Stone Breath, I can just throw it whatever it is. Don't need Kamari's Overdrive for the start of Evrae. Yep, I think this is fine. Everyone else's Overdrive's full. Yep.
I came to home.
I guess I can pick up any equipment from Rin just before Evrae too. I think he only sells like HP plus 10%. Yeah, strength plus 5%. Yeah, I don't care about that. Do I want HP plus 10% on anyone who doesn't already have it? Titus Ozzy has it. I think Waka doesn't already have it, but I mean, I've got Infinite Gil close to it at this point, so no reason not to just grab it. Don't need the bangle, the armlet. Do I have the bracer? Don't think so, actually. Don't need the Taj. Yeah.
Thank you. All proceed. Ah, how?
None too shabby. Check this. Hella Dusadwi.
Just repeating what I've said is not talking now.
I don't think I've seen these lines.
But your pronunciation's quite passable.
Ever or not for a long time.
May I help you?
It's kind of funny. Let's sort out inventory. Yeah. I don't want to sort automatically because I want to track that heat lance. Yeah, so I'll keep, it's the last heat lance I got, and the other heat lances I'll sell. Alright, let's just do that now.
Well,
Sell some other stuff. There's lots of this stuff I don't really need, but don't particularly need to sell it either. Okay, so this heat lance I don't think I need. Yeah. Alright, so this heat lance I can sell too. Don't need this Rod of Wisdom, it's just worse than the other one. Peltage. MP plus 5% on Riku. Yeah, let's pass on that. That's the Silent Strike staff I got, Silence Touch. Sells for 30k, but obviously I want to keep it. Don't need 2 Avengers. Don't need Bright Bracer. Don't need this. Slow Ward's useless. I already have a armlet. Already have Blurry Moon. I think I might already... Yeah, I can't remember if I got 1 or 2 stunners. I guess I'll just keep that. Keep the Dark Touch. And then, yeah, so I sell this Heat Lance and keep the other one. Oh, look at this. Magic plus 15% on Titus. Yeah. Yeah. Keep the rest. Alright, great.
Thank you.
So now I should only have 1 Heat Lance. Yeah, so that's the bomb drop one. Great. Okay. So that's why Lulu told Titus to study on his magic. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, what do I have to do here? Maybe I just, yeah, there we go.
Huh. Now there's a rare sight.
Whoa, that's huge!
What is that?
The guardian worm, Evrae. The great sacred beast, protector of Bavel.
The red carpet has teeth.
Wait, that means we're close to Bavel.
Riku, you read me! We're gonna fight that thing! Get on deck and show him what you got!
don't really understand how Evrae is supposed to work in the sense that
There he goes again.
it's a fiend, right? Like, it's made of pie flies, it's not a normal animal, but it seems to be kind of like protecting the city. Whatever. Ours not to wonder why. Okay, I guess I should set stuff up and then make a save here. So I'll whack her out of the party because he's going to come in for Dark Attack. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to juggle turns to both be able to pull back. If I remember correctly, if you don't inflict slow on Evrae, I think the turn sequence right off the bat is actually such that you can't. Sid doesn't get a turn between Inhale and Poison Breath. You actually have to preemptively pull back. I always wonder that too. Without Corruption or whatever, they tamed it with Machina. Yeah, probably. Okay, I might have to play around with the character ordering here, but that's okay. I'll just get equipment done. Sadly, nothing good on Lulu. Don't think she's doing much in this fight, to be honest. Apart from face tanking some damage at some point. Guess I'll just leave her with magic plus 5%. Yeah, tough bangle. This looks good. I'll fix overdrive modes in a second. Slow, yeah, slow touch doesn't do anything, and I don't want it to slow Evrae anyway. Dark touch doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't have a great weapon for Orin. I guess this is a reason to buy strength plus 5% from Rin. I think I can still do it. Don't need Kane's Lance. I think I just want the Hunter's Spear. Could start with Seeker's Armlets and then switch to SOS Regen. Wonder if Kamari. I think it might be. I think he might survive a hit through darkness from full HP with the plus 10% HP after power break. Oh, I don't know if it's any kind of breakpoint. I'll just leave it with this. Second wind is fine, and I think Wacker's going to be my. Well, I suppose I'll go for the switch hitter. I don't need to check HP at the beginning. Don't need sensor. I've got sensor on Kamari anyway, actually. Alright, let's do overdrive modes. Lulu does not matter. Elements aren't good. Tidus doesn't really matter. Orin doesn't really matter. Kamari doesn't really matter. I think I'm just going to try and just planning to use a self-destruct. Unfortunately, Kamari doesn't have any of the more utility-based overdrives just yet. Obviously, Mighty Guard on Kamari would be really nice for this fight. Yeah, this could actually be relevant for Riku's overdrive. I'm not planning to use it twice, so I'll just revisit this if I need to change that. Okay, everyone's on Comrade. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, let's sort this out. So the mix I'm going to try for the first attempt is Mighty Wall, which is Light Curtain plus Antidote. Or Lunar Curtain, yeah. I think I just want. I don't think I'm going to win if I just lose a character off the bat to Dark Attack failing, so this initial setup probably doesn't matter too much. I guess I'll do this so that Lulu's in the front line to have a higher dodge chance. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I don't have a concrete plan for this, so it's probably going to take a few attempts, but I think stuff's set up well enough here that I can at least do some useful testing. Yeah.
Open the hatch. We fight.
Evrae is
Might as well do that.
We gotta pay? If we lose, you'll die too, buddy.
I have faith.
Gee, thanks.
Okay, let's check here. Yep. Probably should have Riku instead of Kamari, right? Yeah. Get a turn faster. So Dark Attack, Power Break, then figure out pulling back, then figure out how to line up the right characters for mix and start to fight from a distance. Okay.
We gotta keep our distance, boys, but we can't let her get too far away. Y'all have to tell me when to move. But tell me quick, huh?
Roger, I'll give... Not alone, you...
I don't know where Wacker was going there, he kind of bumbled around. Okay, let's check this turn timing. So, first boss turn is attack, second turn is attack, third is... Yeah, so this is the issue. Like, if you don't inflict slow or delay, you have to preemptively do a pullback right off the bat to avoid poison breath here. That's what I remembered. Alright, first things first. Good. Good. Now, definitely do want power break, but don't need to do it right now. Don't want to pull back now. I guess doing power break sooner rather than later is good because I want Auron out of the party for when I mix. Because I don't want... It's kind of... Well, it's not a waste, but I don't think I want Shell and Auron as opposed to Wacker and Kamari. So sure, let's go for power break. Okay, so yeah, Auron doesn't get a turn for a while. And we're gonna have to issue the pullback command pretty soon here. So again, I think I want to just get that over with. Doesn't matter too much who I do it with. Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't. I want to keep Tidus at full health for later in the fight. So let's do this. Yep. Then I need to get Wacker, Kamari, Riku as the front line. I guess bring in Kamari, and defending is probably fine here. Okay. So we're not going to see an inhale because of this turn sequencing I mentioned. We have to wait for Oren's turn in order to be able to... Yeah, so we're going to take a photon spray here. We're going to take a photon spray here, which I think is fine. I can avoid any hits landing on Riku by switching by switching in, like... I could either do Oren... Yeah, I'll just do the regen characters. I could do Lulu. So this upcoming boss turn is going to be photon spray, just trying to figure out who I want to take it. I think I'll just stick with the regen characters, so yeah, Kimahri can change weapon, that looks like it lines up well. Okay, this initial setup is not that bad. Like, there's no... The only variance, or the main variance, is the Dark Attack Infliction. But if that works, I think I get this setup done pretty nicely. Yep, so there's the photon spray. There's going to be some variance here for how much damage Riku takes. I think Waka can just start attacking here. I mean, he doesn't need to... Yeah. Got a long way to go. Kimahri, I need to switch into regen. Yes, I have a bad feeling that Riku... Yeah, so I'm going to take 2 photon sprays of Riku in the party here. That's not ideal, but without haste I really can't do much about that, I reckon. Yeah. Okay, we'll try it. So here goes our mighty wall. Okay, Riku didn't take that much damage, she only got hit twice. Yeah, he fires the missiles now. It'd be kind of nice to save the missiles towards the end of the fight, but there's just no way I can arrange that, so we'll take the damage. Okay, so that went fine. I think I just start attacking with the guys here. Riku's going to switch up for Oren after the next photon spray. Yep. Alright, Riku took 4 hits there. But I think the difference between her being at... Yeah, I mean, I think the difference between her being at 96 HP or higher is not that big. So she gets out of there, Oren comes in. Oren obviously just doesn't do anything here, and I start spamming Lancet and attack. Let's go up to 2 times speed since this is just animations for a few minutes. So part of what I'm trying to test here is like how viable it is to actually burn Evrae down doing what I'm doing without having a character KO'd to the photon spray variants. It looks like it's... Yeah, might be slightly worse than Crawler. Oh. Okay, there's something to think of next time. If I had Rico on ally, I could bring her in and just like change weapon with Battle Freak to get another overdrive during this phase. That's kind of worth thinking about. I don't have her on ally, which is kind of silly, but I'll remember it if I need to reset and change up the strat. Yeah, Wacker's not at the best HP total here. Attacking himself... No, attacking himself is actually good, right? Attacking himself is going to do about 50 damage, and then he's going to regen 100. I've never seen that before, did not think Wacker could miss himself, but I guess it happened. Yeah, now his HP's even worse. I think I'll try that play again. There we go, that's it, nice. Gained about 60 HP. Yeah, I don't know what the chances of that would have to be. I don't think I've ever understood the mechanics for how characters hit themselves. It's not quite like the accuracy and evasion for Fiend attacks. This HP's okay. I think Wacker is the most likely one to get KO'd, just based on how the numbers have looked so far. Try the same play again. It makes no sense, he's supposed to hit himself every time. Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I'm at a loss to explain what just happened. Yeah, I've seen it, yeah. Chalk it up to mystery of the game. Well, I don't know, I mean, I don't see how the luck that comes in for like his hitting versus his evasion would be different, right? I mean, it's just obviously the same stat. But I don't know, maybe it is. Oh, you're not supposed to crit yourself. Oh, actually that worked out really well. Okay. Oh, Oren got super low there. Yeah, I'm not yeah, I don't know how viable this strat is. Hang in there, guys. This is attacking himself. Good. I mean, it looks like we've done a lot of damage, but 7k of that came from the guided missiles. Oh, that was me. Yeah, that was a mistake, I think. I would have gained more HP if I just changed weapon there. Didn't take too much damage, fortunately. Still looks faster than Crueler. I don't know about that one. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, this is another case where I think I can try and net 50 HP or so. Yeah. And again, actually. At least it's mostly attacking. Crawler, you had to defend, switch weapons turn. True. Our attacks are pitiful here though. Oops. Oh, I guess that's not too bad. Waka keeps ending on really awkward HP. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Now this is not good now at all, obviously. I don't have another mix for Riku. I'll just keep going for this attempt, but I think if I have someone coded in this position, I'm almost never going to win the actual, like, the overall fight. Yeah. Oh, Waka's hanging in there. Got a bit lucky with how Waka's HP ended up that time. It's under 20k. Let's see. Yeah. I think that needed 6 out of the 8 hits to target Oren, which is pretty unlucky, but it's again a situation where the fight's going on for so long. I think Waka should have attacked himself there. But yeah, the fight's going on for so long that it's not that surprising to see that happen. Oof, 7 HP. Oh no. Did not arrange that well. Let Evrae get further sway back to back, but we did survive. Yeah, Lancet. Rolling the dice on the regen is kind of wild in these fights. Can't say I enjoy it, but it makes a change from completely scripted fights where you know everything that's going to happen. I'm not sure about the strategy of having Waka hit himself, but getting over 400 HP seems useful. Are you planning on using Mighty Guard anywhere else? Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, the haste would be nice. But the haste... Apart from Kimari, the haste doesn't help too much, right? Oh no, it does. It helps me just deal damage twice as fast. Sometimes you want to overdrive. That could be true as well. Yeah, no, yeah, Blitz, I see what you're saying. I'll think about that for next attempt. More damage equals fewer chances to get a character killed. Yes, right. Ooh, 5 HP on Waka. One thing that's kind of nice here is the Sid turns give us extra regen ticks. Rip Waka. Okay, yeah, this isn't happening anymore. Don't think there's anything else I need to test right now. Let's see, what HP did we get to? So we got to 18.3k. So there was a total of almost 14k done, but half of that was from the guided missiles, so we were only about halfway there, right? So another 700 or so damage to get down to the haste threshold. Unfortunately, the H threshold, the haste threshold, yeah, that's going to take some messing around because of needing, like, I need a physical attack to target exactly Titus. Alright, well this is a pretty good first attempt. I got a sense of how this is going with the fighting from a distance. I don't think I'll do another attempt right now. I'll have some lunch and I'm not going to stream again later today. I've got some other bits and pieces to do. I think as well I'm going to take tomorrow completely off streaming. I'm back to work all next week, and work mostly involves working on computers, so I think I'll have tomorrow like just get away from screens, go out for a hike or something. Also, when you pull back in, isn't the next turn inhale and then poison breath? Yeah, so you have to, that's right. That does not sound good. So that's what I'm going to have to do, is make sure that Sid has turns after Evrae twice in a row to go in and then out again, so to speak. Yeah, but you're right, that could also be a problem. Alright, I'll think more about this. Next stream's not going to be until next week sometime. I'll either stream one weeknight evening, I'm not sure what day it would be, or if I'm even going to do it. I'd hope at least by next Saturday I'd do another stream. I think doing Saturday streams works out well, like start around the same time in the morning. But I'll have to see how my schedule is for streaming weekday evenings. Anyway, this is fun. I think Evrae is going to be an interesting puzzle. Definitely it's doable, but how much in the way of resources need to go into it is still a question, I think. Alright. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll stream sometime next week or so. I'll keep uploading VODs to YouTube and so on. See ya.